You're listening to Truly Unruly with Marcus and Jessica Trufant.
Hello, everyone. I did that because you did it first. Truly Unruly, episode 4. What's up? My name's Kel, Marcus Trufant, Jessica Trufant.
Are we going?
We're going.
Oh, shit. All right, cool. Yay! All right.
How was the week, you guys? Was it good?
Week was good. Week was good.
Busy.
What about you, Jess?
The huge.
Kids still in the house.
Yeah.
Not going anywhere. You know, same stuff.
So I've been searching on the internet. A lot of folks have been talking about love language.
Yeah.
This week, did your significant other speak to your love language? Now, before you answer that, some folks don't know what the 4 love or 5 love languages are. It's affirmation, physical touch, gifts, quality time. What's the other one? Oh, acts of service. Which one, Marcus, would you say is your love language?
There's a such thing as being a combo, right? Of
Acts of service.
Yeah, acts of service, the physical touch, and affirmation too. I like to hear some. I like to hear some good stuff.
A physical touch leading to acts of service.
Yeah, I like to hear the good things. So yeah, a combination, but yeah.
What about you, Jess? What would you say yours is?
I like the affirmations, and I do like acts of service. And I mean, who doesn't love a gift?
Yeah, about to say gifts is like.
Who doesn't love a gift?
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, ding. Don't mean a thing if it ain't got that bling.
Okay, well, did she speak to your love language at all this week? Did he speak to your love language this week?
Oh, well, I know you're busy and you're doing the homeschool and all that kind of stuff. So I give a lot of grace.
Just say no.
And where I'm at and what I need. I understand because I would want her to be as understanding with me, but you can't always have everything you want all the time, brother. So sometimes you just got to bite the bullet. So I would say you teetered on a, 60-40 scale. Close, but not quite. Not really hitting on all cylinders. And I'm just being honest. So.
All right, we'll talk about this later.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We could talk about it right now, guys. Like,
right.
Just act like the cameras aren't rolling, and you guys can hash this out.
No, I take full responsibility. I am definitely busy. I can't do school, do homeschool, try to take care of myself, take care of the. It's hard. It's a hard balance.
Yeah,
it is. It's a balancing act, and sometimes it's a little unbalanced on one side.
Right,
and that's fine.
Kel, so did you just hear that? Last on the totem pole, and did you just hear that?
No.
Kind of like I heard it, or?
I mean, he might be feeling a little neglected, but when the acts of service come in, it's like the best week ever.
Yes, Marcus, you are at the bottom of the totem pole.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. But
it didn't even, you're supposed to be like, yay, yeah. I agree.
Yeah, but I get it. So our dynamic works, and when we have fun and when we're really engaged, we're good.
Right. It's a busy ass.
That's a fantasy
time,
to think
right?
that. Well, I think as a married man and as a supporter of my wife and everything that she's done, that you got to compromise. It's give and take. So I get it.
Yes.
Meeting halfway.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, did he speak to your love language this week?
I think we're both even. I think we're serious.
Nice. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting a little bit more demonstrative of a response.
No, we're both even, and that's why it kind of works right now. We're both even. We're both busy. It's busy. So our love language, I mean, there's always a transaction between us, but it's not necessarily
transaction.
Sounds like a business deal.
Oh, come on.
Joking.
You guys suck. Okay. So
You said it.
no, it was not. It's we're even, right? We're even.
I would agree with that.
High five.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like when you guys first got together, and even before you guys got together, I mean, even let's think about it, you guys were young, but were you dating to marry? Like before you met Marcus, were you when you were in the dating world, were you dating to marry?
Hell yeah.
Were you dating to marry?
Absolutely not.
See? Yeah. No.
But I think that's I think it's I don't want to throw a wide blanket, but in most cases, most men are dating just to date, and you can't even see that far in the future because of immaturity and
yes,
not really knowing what's up. But yeah, I wasn't dating to marry. Nah.
But
hell no, as a matter of fact. So,
and I said, hell yeah. I'm like, hell yeah, we're dating shit. We're getting married.
It seems like, though, most women date to marry.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Why does that seem kind of like a bad thing when guys don't date to marry, or if that's not what they want?
It's not necessarily a bad thing that they're not dating to marry.
Or let down, then.
Well, because we want to get married. We women are we're a little bit more ahead of guys, right?
That's fair.
And so when we're dating a guy, we are dating for the potential of a long-term thing. As in, give me the ring. No? I mean, not every girl.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not all women, but
it's not all women. Like you said, it's not a blanket statement. It's not everybody. But for me personally, oh yeah,
Right. Yeah.
we're in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Now, question for you, Marcus. When do men decide it's the best time to propose?
When do men decide it's the best time to propose? It's really when you
Are forced.
have to make a conscious decision.
Right.
I know personally, and I know a lot of men. I'm out there, I'm looking for this, and I'm looking for the perfect girl, or I'm just out here and I'm just having fun. I'm enjoying life. I don't want the ties or to be locked down or whatever. But if you like a girl and you want to make it work and you see a future, you have to make a conscious decision. As a man, I don't know if you're ever ready.
Right.
And that might get a lot of guys in trouble, but I don't know if you're ever ready, but you got to make a conscious decision. This is the woman that I'm putting my energy into. This is the woman that I could see myself with. This is the woman that doesn't get on my nerves as bad as everybody else. So, I'm going to lock this up. I'm going to make it work, and you got to make a conscious decision. Are you ever ready? I don't know. It's a work in progress, and you work through that, but it's something that you got to tell yourself. It's just like a drug. Okay, right. I'm not going to smoke cigarettes no more. I'm not going to do this no more. I'm not going to do that.
Jesus.
You got to work towards that to stop, to cold turkey that thing. So it's what? Yeah, that's just me. I'm just being honest. So.
Oh, okay.
Well, then I lead in then to my next question. Why don't men propose? Because there's there's been relationships that I've seen where people have been together for a really, really long time.
Right.
And all of the intangibles are there. All the pieces are there, but they just won't pull the trigger.
And we talked about this earlier before we press play on the cameras, that some people have been through trauma in different situations. They've seen their parents in a marriage and it didn't work out. It's okay, marriage, I'm going to associate that with this, and it's uncomfortable, it's nasty, it's not happy, so I'm going to be in my relationship, and we're good. I mean, and things are great, so why would I want to mess that up and go to marriage? So everybody's different. I come from two-parent household, and that's all I know. So, I wanted to get married. I wanted the kids. I wanted the white picket fence. I want the wife. I want all that, and that's what I grew up with, but, everybody got a different situation.
Right. I think it's evolved, and the symbolism of marriage isn't as it's just not as important as it was. There's so many people that are living together and they're not married. And so it's kind of like sometimes there's just not a need, or it's a mutual agreement that this is working for us. Let's not do it. Or for financial reasons, because you feel like when you're getting married, you got to buy the big ring. Guys feel like that. They got to give their woman this big ring and have this big wedding. And so, yeah.
Do you think it's important for people to live together before they get married?
Well,
because there's a lot of people that walk into that and don't and do the latter.
Oh, this ain't what I signed up for, right?
Right.
Well, if you would have asked me this, 20 years ago when I was deep into Catholicism, I would have been like, oh, absolutely not. People should not live together. Yes, I think when you live with somebody, you really get to know them, and really there comes to a point where you're like, I'm not really feeling this guy. I don't want to, it's not working. Right? And you know their habits and you know their tendencies and you know how you guys are going to have to adjust and move and work together. So I think it could be beneficial.
Yeah.
But at the same time.
So describe then the first year you guys lived together. What was that like? Was that an adjustment?
What? Why are you looking like that?
I was gonna let you do it first because it's.
Well, it was an adjustment. What were you gonna say?
Nothing. I just wanted to react off of what you said to make sure that.
Like every week, I feel like I have to say tread lightly.
Ooh.
You.
Why?
No, I'm kidding.
No.
It was an adjustment because we had a daughter.
Right.
So I did not move in with him until he put a ring on my finger. And so when it was an adjustment. And I learned that we don't use regular plates, stuff like that. It was paper plates, forks, paper everything.
Bachelor life. Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Full bachelor life.
I can't blame you for that. Yeah. I don't want to wash the dishes. So.
Right.
Yeah, so why would I have a bunch of plates and stuff in the sink and,
Convenience.
But now that we're trying to clean up the earth, etc., so we...
Right, yeah. Oh, yes.
Like that. I put the kids to work now. We don't get it. I've changed.
Sorry. For environment reasons. But, when you're young, and like you said, it was the bachelor life, so paper plates and all that kind of stuff. But what do you think?
Transition, definitely having to adjust to the way that somebody else moves. I come from, and you know me, I'm a organized chaos type of dude. So I know where all my stuff is. It may not look clean. It may not be in its proper place, et cetera, but I know where everything is. Like I got it in my mind. I see it, and I don't like my stuff moved. So you know what I'm saying? And Jess is kind of...
it's chaos. It's not even organized. It's just chaos.
So stuff a little bit everywhere.
Right.
So over time, I've kind of grew into that, and it's been kind of thrown back at me that now it's like I don't even care. It's what I've been told. So if there's dishes and stuff out, or if there's stuff out of place, I just walk by it. But a couple of weeks ago, I got a bit of a tongue lashing, and that's okay. I'm like, hey,
you can take it.
I'm fine with that. So
Right.
If your woman wants to speak up and tell you what she don't like about what I'm doing, cool.
Right.
A constructive criticism.
That's how marriages work.
Yeah, but to adjust to that early on, I think it has to be definitely a compromise. And if a man or a woman is too rigid or stuck in their way, if their partner is the same way, it's going to be tough. But I think we worked out and we made it.
And we were young, so we really we grew together.
Yeah.
So when we moved in together, we were still partying every week. Like,
wasn't quite bougie yet. I don't know if we had a housekeeper then at that point.
Oh, well,
no.
It came shortly after I moved in.
I didn't have one.
So what would be a piece of advice that you guys could give to someone that's watching this and they're in the process of possibly getting married. Like, what are some conversations that they should have with their significant other before getting married?
Do you really want to get married? That's a pretty good conversation,
Pretty straightforward.
right? It's pretty to the point.
I think it's a conversation that you say, okay, let's give each other some leeway here. Let's give each other some rope. Let's talk about that. It's not going to be easy for this first couple months to a year or whatever. And I'm okay with a couple living together before they get married, but let's talk about it. Okay, we're coming from two different worlds. I know we've been hanging out, we've been having a good time, but it could get a little bit different. Okay, you like your towels
Jesus.
folded this way, and the dishes and the living room and the pillows or whatever. But let's talk about it and let's be open about it. I think being open about everything is the best policy at all times.
Right. And
we didn't necessarily do that, but I think we grew into that.
we grew together.
I mean, gave each other a little.
That's it. We grew
Right.
together.
Yeah.
It's like we kind of grew up. We matured together. And the advice I would give people that are thinking about getting married is I always say this, you are a student of marriage, and you're a student, you're consistently learning. I'm still learning things about Marcus, and I'm still learning and adjusting myself and trying to be better for him. So always be a student of marriage and continue to learn and grow and communicate. Without communication, there's nothing, right? And just like you said, to be open and to really express your wants, your needs. And yeah, aside from, do you really want to get married? You know.
Okay, that's interesting, Jess. So my next question then for you is, what do you say to those women out there that really think that the perfect man exists and they're looking for the perfect man and have these like crazy, unrealistic expectations?
Well, I would like to say, lower your expectations. Like, not like that, but are we perfect as women? No. So why should you? I mean, I'm close to perfect.
Yeah, that's very true.
Right? Mm-hmm. But so why would you expect that in a man? I think women, we naturally want somebody that's attractive, has a credit score of 750 and above, owns a house, works for Microsoft, like that kind of thing. And you can't have it all. You really can't have it all. And even if a guy does have those things, that does not make him the perfect man. He can literally be a pure asshole and have all those things.
Right.
So you just can't expect that. It's not, like you said, it's not realistic. It's just not.
Did you ever have a checklist at any point in your life when it came to dating and men that you were interested in, that they needed to have certain things? Were you one of those girls that, like in high school, like he had to have a car?
No.
Okay.
No.
So a smile and a bus pass was good enough?
Absolutely.
Good for you. You're a writer. You married
Absolutely.
a writer, bro.
But what he couldn't have,
Marcus.
Rent
in high school. You know what? But what he couldn't have though is like dirty nails. There was some serious deal breakers for me. What?
Dirty
he couldn't
fingernails.
have dirty fingernails, and you know what else? He couldn't be a stalker.
Oh.
I'm not feeling it. I was not feeling it. Do not stalk me. Do not tell me that. Nope.
But what's your definition of stalking? Because you said the same thing, I want to say in episode 1 about my man here being a stalker.
No.
Because he was interested? That's stalking?
Well, no. There's a difference between, okay, thirsty. Don't be a thirsty ass dude. And there are a lot, like hella thirsty ass dudes. And so I wasn't there for the thirst. Like, I need a little bit of a chase. And Marcus became a chase. when we lost that connection, right? And so I need a challenge. And dudes is thirsty.
Interesting.
I know.
Yeah.
Not all.
Stroke my beard here.
But that's my personal experience. It was pure thirst.
I think a lot of women are like that, but I don't know
I am not Gatorade.
how true that is. It sounds good, but women, okay, you like a chase, but you want to feel a guy that's interested. Women, if you want guys to talk to you and you want to do stuff, and you may call
I like the
thirsty,
chase. I don't like the thirst.
You may call it interested, but like we said earlier, it's a fine line between thirsty and the chase, though. Because if you're not, then a woman is like, or could be like, okay, maybe he's not interested, or he's entertaining someone else, or something like that. So what do you do if a guy is genuinely interested in you?
Right.
What's he supposed to do if he don't want to be called thirsty?
Well, like you said,
hold back,
there is a
or
fine line. And yes, there is a difference. And being interested, okay, great. You call me, we talk, we possibly go on a date. But when you show up at my job in your car and I did not invite you there, that's thirsty.
Spontaneous. I thought that was called spontaneous.
Nope. What was
You
something
make it
else?
tough on us. That's
when
what I'm saying.
we've only talked a couple times and then you tell me how you've had dreams about me, that's thirsty. Like ladies, I know you know about some thirsty dudes. Like they're everywhere. The thirst
That
is real.
thirsty guy could be
There's thirsty girls too.
the love of your life.
It goes both
though.
ways. Well,
That man that puts his everything into his woman, there's nothing wrong with being thirsty. I would say I'm thirsty now, and I feel like that's.
So is it thirst when he puts you on a pedestal?
No.
That's not thirsty when he puts you on a pedestal?
That's not thirsty. But when you are so aggressive with your approach, that's a turnoff to me.
I'm not talking about the grab of the arm and.
I'm not talking about that either. I'm not talking about physical aggression, but I'm talking about like saying things like I said, oh, I had a dream about you and blah, 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 blah. And oh man, you just
Honesty. So that's what that's called. It's called honesty.
So a guy can't be too into you is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to understand, Jessica, like this fine line. Like seriously, like where is the line at? So what can he? So
It's there.
But so
It's hard to find.
And another thing is when you can tell that a dude literally just wants to get in the bed with you.
Okay, I
that is
understand
thirst to me.
No, that's fair. I understand
and
that.
that is an immediate turn off.
But
Done.
what I'm saying is, if he calls you once a day, is that thirsty? Once, or does he?
It depends on what he says when he
You
calls.
gotta break it up, like
That's what I'm saying. Like, every other
28
day,
hours.
It depends on what he says when he calls, and it depends on what point you guys are in your while you're courting each other. If you have just met or only been together for or been talking for a week, and he starts calling you every day and is like, hey, I really want to see you. I really thirsty.
I think you got to
calm
feel
down.
the energy. I mean,
Back it up.
It sounds like it's okay to be thirsty if it's accepted.
If
and
it's the type of thirst I like.
And
Yeah,
yeah. And everybody's different. So if you find that happy medium and you can grow in that and you can push forward in that. But if you're overwhelming, you're going to get what the kids call, do they call it ghosted, or what do they call it if you get
left on red, ghosted
on red, or
that's getting in your thirsty. Back it up.
Now, what about you, Marcus? Has there ever been like a checklist? I know you've always been in the position, especially like playing sports, like in high school and being a star athlete, like you've had to protect yourself.
Right.
So has there been like a checklist for you for certain things that like you got to have for you to take that step with a girl, to date a girl or take a girl seriously?
Not so much, more of a energy feeling kind of thing. If I enjoy your company, if you can hang out with me and my boys, and all we want to do is have a good time and to be on some positive. So it wasn't so much a checklist that okay, well, she's not this, she's not that. If everyone is different. So for me, it was more like, okay, you're not gonna be my girlfriend, but if you wanna hang around, you have to be positive and you gotta be, about the party. It's not so much, and like I said, as men and where I was personally, I wasn't so much looking for a wife.
We were married in my head.
So that was a part of the, not so much disconnect, but that's where things kind of got blurred at times. I wasn't really, maybe I was saying something a little bit different, but that's, in my mind, I really wasn't looking for, a wife.
Right.
How could you at 25, 26, 24?
Yeah, you're not thinking about that.
Yeah.
You's a hoe, you a hoe. Okay, go ahead.
See, my man's just being honest, Jessica, and you just go for the throat.
Honesty turns into hoish tendencies and all that kind of stuff, which I'm okay with.
Oh God!
I was living free. I was single, so it's nothing to.
Oh my God! Okay. You were not single.
Single-ish.
Well, I'm even saying even before he met you, in his life in general. Yeah. So that leads then here to my next question. Does your partner's body count matter? Does it matter? Should it matter? Before you're married or after you're married, finding that out, does it matter at all?
For me personally, 20 years ago, it did matter. When I was talking to this guy and we were going how many partners have you had? And I think he was like, I think around 20 or so. And for me, which is I'm like, oh no. And it was an immediate cutoff. I'm like, I'm not feeling that. That's too many. And 20 or so, I'm like, okay, yeah, no. No.
But if
and he was thirsty too, on top of that.
That word again.
Right.
But if a person is doing it responsibly and safe, and he's not walking around here passing around diseases and getting people sick and having a gazillion kids, does that matter? Honestly, I'm not even trying to be funny. Does that matter?
Well, in hindsight, it doesn't really matter because, when you end up with somebody, it's about who they are as a person, not necessarily how many people they've been with. If they're committed and they love you and, respect you and all that kind of stuff, all that other stuff, you can get past it. But like I said, 20 years ago, wait a minute, but I'm only 25. Okay. But anyways, 20 years ago, I would have been like, nah, play it 20 plus? So, yeah.
What about you, Marcus? Does it matter for a female, her body count?
I was a good Catholic.
I would say yes and no, and let me explain.
What? Wait a minute. Wait.
Let me explain. I would assume, Kale, that we both know, and even you, Dylan.
No. This is getting real.
No, that we all know that girl or those girls that back when, way back in the day, that was running through the whole city.
Maxed out.
Yeah, maxed out.
She was active.
But you look at her now, she's a loving wife, got a bunch of kids, and is keeping a man happy. So who are we to judge? And the past doesn't even apply like that. I think the count thing is a thing, but when you get to the end of it and when you're thinking about life partners, if you could get past that and if you can have real conversations and if you're mature about it, for guys in most cases it's an ego thing. Okay, I can't get with a girl that's been with a bunch of guys because it's not my thing. I don't get down like that. I'm better than that. I'm the man. And
That's what I'm talking about. That's gender roles. That's gender inequality right there.
But I'm just saying, as far as talking about the body count, it's from a man's point of view, it can be that ego thing, and you could potentially lose out. It sounds funny on a good girl because she got a bunch of bodies, but you never know what could happen. So that's why I would tell guys to be open and not so much close the door, even though I wasn't like that. I didn't grow up like that. If a certain type of female is she
promiscuous,
promiscuous
then
girl.
it's like, okay, then you kind of act and you treat her a certain way. But until you get older, I think it's all about maturity, man. It definitely comes down to maturity. It's funny that I'm even saying this, and like some guys on my group chats, if they hear this, they're probably gonna be on my head, but I would definitely say it's not always about the bodies. It could be a bad look in the beginning and maybe in that moment, but there's still a way to turn it around and still be a good wife or be a good a person for somebody in the future.
Right.
I had to snap, wrap that shit up.
Get to your point. It's deep though. It's tough. It's touchy.
Does that bother you, Jess? Like I hear you say, it's affirming these gender roles.
Yes, it is affirming gender roles that, girls aren't allowed to be just as hoish as dudes, and we're like frowned upon, and guys are given free reign to poke and stick wherever they please, and it's not fair.
In some cases, women want a man that is the man, even if, okay, that guy's popular. He may have a lot of women and he may be hoish or have hoish tendencies, and we were talking about this the other day about what boys are applauded for and what boys are lifted up for by being aggressive and doing some different stuff. If you're the man, sometimes in some situations, that's attractive to some women, even if you have a bunch of women around you.
Right. It goes back to the saying of, men want to be associated with other great men. That's why there's a lot of, guys that pass around the same chick or date the same woman. Treating women like sexual objects that you can conquer. Yeah, that's great. Is that what did we say that though?
It's like
nothing of the sort.
I didn't think we said anything like that.
Where's another girl? Let me get one of my No, they wouldn't know about that.
You are more than welcome to bring another one of your homegirls on.
No. But yeah, Jess, I wouldn't say no that women or that men don't do that. But it's always two sides to the story in my mind.
Yes.
So I know that men have to own up and take a lot of the responsibility for the BS that we put women through as we grow up and we become mature, but that's just a way of the world. So, and not saying it's right, but I like to be open-minded and look from both sides. And a lot of men are blindsided or confused that a lot of women can act like men too, and that affects men's ego. And the ego is the biggest thing, I think, pushing men to do a lot of the stuff that we do. And we want to be, I want to be the man. I want to be this. I got to be this. So I'm going to act a certain way.
Right. Because this is getting heated. And
yes. Hey, it's getting deep. It got quiet in
here. Your wife is like big mad.
Right.
So I'm going to steer this.
I need to refill my drink.
I am not mad.
I'm just messing with you. Did you guys ever do marriage counseling? Did that ever come up in conversation? Like before you guys got married? Which I personally think marriage counseling is like the best thing in the world for someone that's about to get married, so you can like fully learn. Yes, I agree about your spouse.
I absolutely agree. No, we did not. We literally, I'm Catholic, so we had a Catholic wedding, and we did have to do. What did we have to do?
Yeah, one of those long ass Catholic weddings. Oof.
Yeah. Yeah.
The wedding and then actual church service together.
Yeah, and he was 3 sheets to the wind, so that was a whole
from where
other.
I come from. Yeah.
Right. Right. But we
wedding
had
is
to.
a wedding. So, yeah.
Not your own wedding, though.
No, I'm sorry.
And I was pregnant, so that didn't help.
He was hammered and she was pregnant. That's
Yep.
great.
Yep. It got real interesting. Anyways, what were we talking about? Lost it.
Marriage counseling.
Oh, yes. So right before we got married, we had to fill out a questionnaire. And then the deacon, my godfather of the church, came over and we talked, I think. I can't even really remember. But I do agree with you. I recommend marriage counseling because not only are you able to kind of really dive into what could possibly happen, marriage counseling can give you tools, as to how to deal with certain situations and develop more, to be able to adapt more easily and accept things that you might not normally, it just kind of can set you up for long-term success in your marriage. So I agree with that. If we need to go to marriage counseling, we will go.
What was the one thing about each other that you had to get over? Was there something that for instance, maybe, I don't know, he puts the toilet paper on the roll the wrong way, the way I don't like it. What was just the one thing that was just God?
Well, as you can probably
Everything.
see just from our interactions here, that we're a little bit different as far as our energy and how we talk and how we articulate and do different things. So what I would say is just a way to how we express ourselves. And just because she may be expressing herself in a animated, excited way, it doesn't mean that she.
So you're saying that's annoying?
No, I'm saying I had to get used to it, and I had to give you some.
Okay, see.
Some space.
What's that marriage counseling number?
Because it's not me to be this way, but if things get heated and things are expressed in a certain way, I may have taken it as, okay, those are fighting words, but that's not necessarily what it was. It may just how she expresses herself.
Oh,
you
my
know what I'm
gosh.
saying? So I had to grow into that. I had to learn that. And sometimes fighting fire with fire isn't the best thing.
Oh, that doesn't work.
Yeah, so
That doesn't work.
Just to kind of learn those little dynamics, and then not like it was the toilet paper or it's different things like that. There's a ton of that
I'm near
stuff.
perfect.
I don't think that really it matters because it's over the long haul, but it's not that big of a deal. I think when it comes to more of the interaction stuff and how you deal with your spouse on a regular basis, it's more important than, okay, if you leave the seat up or if you have too many cups out or something like that, or if you don't clean up your side of the room or whatever. So it's little things like that I think you get over and you start to overlook, but those day-to-day interactions, at least for me, and that's what it was.
What about you, Jess?
What a very diplomatic answer. That was really good.
President Trufant.
Hey.
So to be clear, if you talk to me crazy, in your mind, you weren't necessarily talking to me crazy, but I could have
Why are you even saying that?
Because you wanted me to be clear and straight to the. So I'm going outside of my diplomatic, presidential.
Tread lightly.
So if you talk to me crazy, in my mind, it's okay.
What constitutes talking to you crazy?
Out of pocket.
Sometimes I could be like, you know what, Marcus? I asked you to take out the garbage yesterday. Why you gotta talk to me like that? Because you're guilty. That's why you think I'm talking to you crazy. It's just guilt. You feel guilty, so you try and put that back on me and tell me I'm talking crazy.
But Jess,
nope, I'm not.
But Jess, are you talking at him or to him?
Well, at first, I will talk to him, and then if I get no response, I'm going to talk at him, right?
But do you think that you're going to get the results you want talking at someone instead of to them?
Absolutely not.
It's just a thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
And she has to get it off her chest. It's not
Yeah.
so much about me or about her, but it's just I got to get it off my chest. Me, I'm more. I can internalize things, and I mean, I could carry stuff to the grave and let it just eat me up from the inside. I might blow up every now and then, which isn't good, but I'm able to internalize, and that's.
He does not blow up.
Do you just have a
He doesn't blow
shit
up.
ton of receipts?
Oh yeah. If
Yeah.
I gotta, if I have to bring them out,
Receipts on who?
bam.
So
Receipts. But I didn't even get to say what.
say what you say. Go ahead.
So
Say it then.
I know a lot of women suffer from this in their marriage, their relationship. Chewing.
Did you chew with his mouth open?
Just chewing. Just hearing him chew makes me want to scratch my eyeballs out and dig my nails into his chest, right? I can hear him when he's chewing. I can hear when he swallows. I can hear it go down his throat, his esophagus, and go through his small intestine. Like I can hear all of that. Like seriously, into the large intestine, like everything. I can hear it. So it's so annoying, and it's to the point now where I'll be in the room and it's nice and quiet, and he'll come in with a plate of food, and he starts chewing, and I'll look over, and he'll take his plate and go in the bathroom. That's how bad it is. But like
trauma,
right?
Yeah.
But I know ladies can feel me. Oh my God! It's like, how many times do you have to chew before you swallow? Just God, Lord, spare me.
And that goes back to you live with your spouse before you want to get married. So stuff like that.
Right. Because that's
It
a deal
matters.
breaker. If I would have known that ahead of time, that you was about to be chewing like this our whole life.
But you see, I'm so open. All right, babe, you don't like the way I chew.
I'll go in the other
bathroom.
room. My man had to finish his plate in the bathroom.
Disrespect.
And I didn't even say anything. I just looked over.
I don't want to fight.
I
Every
wasn't going to
night.
fight you over chewing. I just make a comment
Just-
like, do you have
sure?
to chew right now?
And that's a fight.
Can you just let it slide down or something? I don't know.
I don't want to bring up negativity or be negative at all, but when you guys get into it, because I can tell like you're very passionate.
Oh, yeah.
Passionate.
Emotional.
Yeah, and you're very like reserved and
Yes.
chill. Does it get you upset that he doesn't like that passion
yeah.
doesn't come back?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so do you ever give her the silent treatment?
Maybe like a 2-word treatment. Oh, it's good.
And
It's cool.
And does that just drive you crazy?
And
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. But I know what button.
Burning
to
up
push.
inside though.
I know
Boiling,
what
but
button push to get a response. I do.
Really?
He might not know that, but I know that.
I know.
But that bothers you that he's like he's calm and collective
Yeah.
during a argument or
Yeah.
disagreement?
Yes, I'm like over here ready to just explode, and he's like, "It's cool," and I'm like, "It's not cool," or he'll be like, "Calm down."
That's the
That's
wrong
the
thing to say.
one.
I know.
Yeah, you can't tell him that one.
No, calm down. No, when you use those words, men, we're about to turn all the way up. So don't do it. Don't tell me to calm down. So there's things like that's a major trigger. I'm already like at a certain level, and then you tell me to calm down. It's over. It's over.
Sometimes when you separate from reality, because she does need to calm down in some situations, maybe
Never.
it could be better just to walk away or just to let her have her moment and close the door. She could punch some pillows or do whatever she needs to do,
I
but
can punch some pillows.
she does need to calm down though. So maybe in that moment she doesn't want to hear that. But what I'm a firm believer of, you gotta, okay, you go through your stuff, but you gotta come back to even. So after everybody calms down, then we come back and have a real conversation.
And
okay?
that's where the
I felt this
student of
way,
marriage
or-
and the
right,
work
yeah,
comes in.
Right.
Yep.
Are you the type to you want to discuss it right now, are you the type that's like, let's cooler heads prevail, let's talk about it when we're both calm?
I'm a right now type of person. Right now.
I would disagree with that.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Don't talk to me or
Well-
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. and then
I don't get the tee-hee between the two of you. Like, I'm not feeling it. What is with the tee-hee?
I'm done. I don't even want to, but
Well, that's after you tell me to calm down.
I know, but I understand where it's coming from. And when it's heated, sometimes you just got to let a little time pass. But I'm a guy that I want to get through it. I don't like to stay in the silent treatment stage.
Right.
I want to,
That's not healthy.
I want to get to the root of it and see what's going on.
We're only in
So-
the silent treatment stage for like a day.
True, yeah.
Right. We never go long periods of time
Because
without.
of me, because I
Does he
I push.
extend the
I
olive
push.
branch usually?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you
will
for
admit
giving me a
that.
little credit,
Yeah.
Mama. I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
You're welcome.
Is that hard for
Just
you to
for
is
now.
that hard for you to do, Jess?
Extend the olive branch?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But I have grown, and I've grown because of him and the type of behavior that he models, and I want to do the same. So even though I'm like literally, I'm like shaking trying to extend the olive branch, I do it from time to time. I do.
And to be fair, I would like to be more on Jessica's side as well. I would like to be open about my feelings and my emotions.
You've gotten better.
I'm more internal, more robotic of push the feelings down type of guy.
You know that's bad for your health,
I
right?
know, yeah.
And a lot of men do that.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
So
don't do it. Release
so
it.
I would love to be more of this. So I'm working on that as well. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it makes it back to your point, Jess. It makes sense because guess what? True, women want to be led. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It was a joke. It was a joke. It was a joke.
I didn't say that.
I
I didn't
was
say-
joking.
I already heard the calm down in the back of my head, right? I heard that. I heard, oh, shoot.
Hey, let's wrap it up, you guys. This was great. This was great. This is great. Truly Unruly, episode 4. Marcus Trufant and Jessica Trufant. Follow us on Instagram, trulyunruly_podcast. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Podcast One, and you can get the visual on YouTube. Just follow my man's page here, Marcus Trufant, on YouTube.
Yep.
Anything you
Because
guys
we
want to let the
love
people
to be
know?
led.
That's it, man. It's been good, Mom. I like being open. I like being honest. This is good for us.
It is good.
Yeah. So.
Cut the camera. It might be
Till
bad.
next time.
See ya. They're going to fight, and I'm going to run away.